Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. We're going to do the first mission now of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, Armistice.
But that's all the rest we're going to get, Commander. Ministry wants us over at World Stomping Ground. I hope someone's already broken the news to you because our orders are to launch Daedalus. No one's figured out why the Cylons didn't destroy it in the first place. We can't secure funding to bring it back online, so the Admiralty wants Daedalus scrapped. Before the Cylons do finally find a use for it. Between you and me, sir, I get why we're doing this, but it doesn't sit right. After what we've been through, we should be doing more than breaking stuff just because the Cylons want it. Especially something as historic as Daedalus. But my saying so isn't making your job any easier. The SG-75 is clear to jump when you're ready.
Well, quite simple then. We've got to rock into the old nebula where the old Daedalus sat, and we've got to go in there and take it apart. That's the initial mission. Now things never turn out the way they should do in Battlestar Galactica Deadlock, and it's nice to see the old Daedalus station, and that is going to feature in this last and final chapter of the 3-year initiative that we've been playing in Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. So I've come in now and I've got a missile boat, I've got Galactica, I've got a couple of battle stars, I've got an adamant, and I've got a tech ship. Good old tech ship, good for flak, good for a squadron. Yeah, great stuff. And what we're going to do, we're going to go in straight away once we've angled them all and see how this mission plays out. So let's proceed. So if you like what you're seeing,
Fleet
hit
group
that
is
like
jumping
and subscribe
in 3, 2, 1.
So we've jumped in. That nice nebula colour of blue, change from black.
Jump complete. Daedalus is on the board. No sign of Cylons anywhere. Seems a waste. Surely there's something we can salvage from her before we blow it all away.
This came straight from Admiralty, son, and I'm not inclined to go against the grain right now. They've got enough to deal with. We don't know what surprises the Cylons left behind when Daedalus was abandoned, so we'll play it safe and we'll destroy the station at range. Launch munitions whenever you're ready, Commander.
Right, so we are told here, right, not to reason why, but just do it. JFDI, go and shoot that big station. Colonial Fleet is not worried about the cost, so who are we to argue?
Yes, sir.
Let's launch all our squadrons. Now, of course, I'm expecting the Cylons to turn up, because it wouldn't be much of a strategy game, would it, to be perfectly honest? So I'm going to try and angle the ships so I can give some covering fire to my Raptor squadron, which I'm going to send over to the Daedalus, following the Viper squadron. And I'm going to position the ships so that I can lay down some heavy flak should any Cylons turn up. Don't particularly want to lose any ships, but I'm playing this on Admiral level, and as a result of this, things are going to be a little bit difficult. So, here we go. Do a bit of positioning, bit of orientation on the Z axis.
Got it.
And then end turn. So, Vipers are in the air, Raptors in the air.
Get every gun ready and bearing on the hot.
We're going to head on over towards the Daedalus. Look at this, Samantha Agathon.
The frack are you doing in there? Did Sarkis know you were out there?
No, he shouldn't know I'm here. Wait, he sent you to destroy it?
I think we better chat. Commander, hold my previous orders and send a Raptor to pick up the Praetor.
Sir?
Not you, Sergeant. I'm not certain Agathon has forgiven you yet for the Force used in your last mission together.
So look at that, old Samantha Agathon is back. And aboard the Daedalus station, no less. So there's some smugglers and sympathizers and God knows whatever else going on at the Cylon station. Cylon patrols apparently swing past there once a month, so they hide. So we can expect our old toaster friends, the Cylons, to show up.
Couldn't help notice you said friendlies, Praetor. Who else you got on that station with you?
Not my people, Silas. They were here before I showed up, a couple of weeks at least. Mostly cancer and smugglers, a couple of monotheist refugees from Erlon.
Any trouble?
Had to give a couple of the bootleggers a lesson in manners. They haven't bothered me since. Most of them are just waiting for their ride-off station.
You still haven't told me what you're doing on there.
Not while half of your CIC is listening. We'll talk once I'm on Galactica.
So here we go. Peppered with story and enrichment is this game, I tell you now. Right, so we've got our fleet, and our fleet is engaged. What we're going to do is, with our Raptor, we're going to get our Raptor and get it over to Sam Agathon, so that lands on the station. No problems there. And it's en route, and there's our Raptor. The rest of our fleet, we know Cylons are going to turn up, because it wouldn't be, like I say, it wouldn't be much of a game if they hadn't. So let's select them and get our ships out the way and move them well out the way. Right, that's done. Okay, end turn. So the ships are moving. There's the Raptor squadron to go and land on Daedalus.
Marines have boarded Daedalus. They're making contact with Praetor Agathon now. Greatest contacts, multiple hostiles. Hey, maybe we can just let the Cylons do our work for us.
The objective doesn't stand while there are civilians on the station.
They're criminals and sympathizers. It's a win-win for Ministry.
Since when is Colonial Fleet in the business of letting families with children be killed?
You didn't say anything about kids. Why are there kids down there?
The Praetor hadn't yet told us what the Cancerans were smuggling. Commander, have the fleet intercept the Cylons. We'll sort out the mess on Daedalus once we've got a clear sky.
So it would seem that 7 minutes into this mission, now the story and the talkie-talkie is over. Now it's time for some strategy and action. After 7 minutes, I mean, you know, yeah, you're getting into Dubai's story, you want to get in there and shoot some Cylons. So we are selecting a target with our squadrons. They're going to fly ahead and engage, and as they fly ahead, what's going to happen is that they're going to identify the targets in the area. So far, so good. No point us shooting anything yet because we're nowhere near in range. And when I say range, these guns, to be pretty accurate, you know, you got to be pretty close within Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Okay, here we go. Right, so we're turning to present our right side to the fleet. Torpedoes are coming in. We might be able to miss it hitting that Janus or Janus carrier.
But the Colonial transponder is expired. Talk about jumping into a bad day.
Defend the civilian ship, Commander. They haven't done anything illegal yet.
So and now a typical old Colonial shuttle has jumped in. Ye oldie shuttle. I think call them Starbirds, don't they? I think it's a Starbird shuttle. Anyway, that's jumped in. So, more fleet positioning. We've got a nice spread. Cylons are a way off. They've launched their fighters. Torpedoes are coming in. Just going to clip the back of that missile boat that I've got. Old ships, but do carry a bank of 3 missiles on that as well, mind. Okay. So let's angle. Guns at the front of that Janus as well. So we're going to start firing missiles at the ships that have presented themselves. We're in an open nebula. They'll get there nice and easy. So we're going to try and sort of thin the herd without taking too much damage. Although I predict we're probably going to lose between 1 and 2 ships here. If I'm going to predict it, it's that Janus is going to be the first one to go. So Vipers are in the air. They've engaged. Swing our ships around now. And head straight into the fight.
So say we all.
Okay, end turn. So Vipers are there. They're having a go at that Talon. That's shown itself. Another Talon and a Nemesis. 2 Nemesis type classes ships as well. So they can be tricky, especially within a group. Hunting in a wolf pack. whereas they can just unload their torpedoes and their, you know, their missiles directly at our fleet, quite easily take down a Battlestar before you even know it. So we've got missiles of our own. We're going to start firing off and get rid of those pesky Nemesis type class. Now, my Adamant is packing a nuclear warhead, which I definitely intend to use. Use our tech ship to try and bolster up certain things on different ships with Marines and tech staff. And let's get Galactica with boosted thrusters into the fight. End turn. So missiles are going in, missiles are inbound. Torpedoes have missed. Too far out for them. A wasted salvo. They've launched as well. That sort of staggered missile configuration tells me there's something like a base star or an Argos type base star in this area. So even though they're not revealing, if you've played the game enough, it starts to reveal the sort of ships who are there, especially the ship patterns as they move. You can tell, hey, well, that's a Nemesis, that is, because that's the way it moves. The way the missiles come out, that's going to be a base star. So we're going to start to, with our battle stars on the right side of things, the right flank, we're going to start engaging some of the ships that have turned up, that Nemesis by there. Colonial shuttle is well out of the way, not even going to bother looking at that.
Yes, Commander.
Missiles are coming in, they can hit that Janus, they're definitely going towards that. It's not particularly heavily armoured, but its main redeeming feature is it's got 3 missile banks, which is why I packed it for this initial mission, thinking that I was going to need a lot of missiles, and I think I'm going to need a lot of missiles. So, another turn to go. See if our other ships on the left-hand side can start taking out and thinning down some of the Cylon ships. So we set our weapons focus. Right. Turrets focusing fire. And this initial part of any game, any strategy game of Battlestar Galactica Deadlock is exactly the same, right? You know, it's the opening segments of a battle tend to dictate how the entire battle's going to go. Make a mistake at the beginning, you've lost the entire engagement. Now, it's not to say I'm not going to lose any ships, because I know I am, and I know I'm going to lose that Janus. But, and here's the big but, right? If I can get away with not losing too many ships, makes things easier for me.
Got it.
Okay, let's fire some guided missiles off at those Revenants. And the Revenants, I can't stand those ships. They're such a pain.
So say we all.
Right, we've got a bank of 3 missiles we're going to fire off from the Janus class missile boat. First discovered in, I'm going to say, Broken Alliance, which is the second major release, really, for DLC for Battlestar Galactica Deadlock.
So say we all.
Firing missiles from Galactica, that Nemesis. They are Battlestar killers if they're in a pack. And I've got a nuke, which I'm going to hang on to straight away and just use the targeting, the focusing of the target of my weapons, conventional weapons, against the ships.
Star is being hacked.
So far, so good. Missiles going in against the Revenant at the bottom, where their hull is weakest. So we're taking them out. The guns from the Manevra type Battlestar as well, lashing the bottom of that Revenant. Repair some damage quickly on the armory, on the Janus. There are 3 banks of missiles going in against that Nemesis. That Talon's only on 23 hull. We've only got 1 Raptor squadron left for some reason. They've all taken a right kicking with the Cylon Raiders that are currently in the air. And to lose so many of our fleet so quickly means there's something else going on. Right, I've got a collision detected. Yeah, I can't have the Galactica colliding into anything. We'll just slow it down and as it passes us, it can lash that ship with its guns. That Cylon Talon ship. Now, I've lost the Janus, but I did manage to get a couple of banks of missiles away. It's unfortunate. They're now targeting my tech ship.
Centurions have boarded one of our ships.
You know, the Defender. Start to slow some things down as well. That Minerva's taken a bit of a pounding. We've still got 2 ships that haven't revealed themselves. I guarantee one of those is a base star. Right, that Adamant. Let's move it out the way. That Galactica to start engaging the ships that have broken off towards Daedalus. We've still got to defend the civilian ship. Scratch another Cylon.
Defender is taking damage.
Adjusting shot.
Yep, and there's a mid-range Cylon ship revealed itself. Well, see, I'll take that out with a nuclear warhead, or at least wear it down with a nuclear warhead. There's the Talon. These Battlestars should be able to fire soon. So I think Galactica should be able to fire.
So say we all.
Should I fire off that nuke just yet? Yes, I think I shall, and I'll target
Yes, Commander.
that Cylon mid-range ship. That's Cerebus. Gonna fire our missiles as well at that Revenant, because that's really going to spoil my day. Having already lost one ship, I'm bound to lose another. It's a bit harder than what I'd anticipated, and a bit out of position.
I'm on it, Commander. Deploying
Okay, here we go. End turn. So Galactica is going to fire.
Minerva is taking damage.
Missiles away. Nuclear warhead being fired as well from the Adamant. Away it goes. Revenant's down. Great. Still got a Nemesis in play. Select our capital ships. Focus fire on one particular area.
I'm on it, Commander. So say we all.
That Talon there is nearly gone. Perhaps we can hit it with Galactica's guns. There you go.
Minerva is taking damage.
So that Minerva is taking a bit of damage. We'll try and get that out the way. Don't really want to lose it, but it looks like it's going to go. Nuclear hit on the Cerebus. It's taking its hull down to 75. And see if I can get that Minerva out of the way. Do a bit of quick repairs as well while I'm at it. We've still got missiles.
I'm on it, Commander.
That Revenant's gone. Hull of 0. Great. We can now maneuver the small frigate to engage the other ships. And once Galactica has taken that ship out, we can swing it around. Still got another Minerva, the predecessor to the Mercury class Battlestar, which these Battlestars, the Mercury class, also feature in this game. They're going to be here, but only in skirmish and multiplayer mode. Okay. Put that in defensive mode. End turn, away we go. So guns are starting to pepper the Cerebus. That Minerva needs to get out of the way. Other ships are coming in to support.
I'm on it, Commander.
Another ship has revealed itself. Another Cerebus behind it. This is what they call a light patrol. It's making a right mess of my ships. Fire missile. Fire guided missiles. Let's swing Galactica around. fire Galactica's missiles. The guns from the Manevras should finish off that initial Cerberus. So Cerberus 1 down. Other Manevra. Big door knocker guns on the front of it. Heading straight for that Cerberus. It's currently got 150 hull. We got missiles in the air. Okay, great stuff. Making sure we're all focusing on the remaining ships. Galactica, too far out to do anything other than fire missiles. A couple of raiders knocking around, but it seems we haven't got many squadrons in the air, and all we got left is a Raptor squadron that's currently on that one Daedalus base star. I'm quite happy to use a bit of flak. Get rid of any raiders that happen to be knocking about. Strange, however, that my Vipers were whittled down really quickly. Very strange. Not entirely sure there's much that I did there. Right, so that Manevra's out of the way. We've got a flak screen going on. You can see wild shots coming from the rest of my battle stars. Their raiders are still in the air. We'll see if the flak does anything. But I'm now ready to fire some more missiles. Focusing fire. More missiles from Galactica. End turn. This should put a quick end to that Cerberus. Missiles are impacting, close range from the Cerberus, taking its armour plating down. Swing the Manevra around. And the Adamant class still going to use its mid-range guns. There we go. Other ships starting to come into range now. Hull plating being worn down. Cerberus destroyed.
Shouldn't we do something about that, sir?
I'm belaying our first objective, Lieutenant. Send Praetor Agathon up here as soon as she's cleared quarantine. Then we can maybe figure out what the hell is going on down here.
So after that tough opening mission of Battlestar Galactica Armistice, let's see how things are going.
Get every gun ready and bearing on the hostiles. Solution updated. Target acquisition maintained.
breaching our firewalls.
We're taking sustained fire.
Sustained incoming. Sector 4-4.
Nothing but the range.
Adjusting shot by point 29. Fire. They're giving us a hell of a storm, sir.
Keep your target locked and watch for clearance.
They're already in our network. I can't keep them out.
Target is 45 by 99.
Back to your station. Don't let me down now.
Target acquisition is screwed. Give me manual controls now.
Set secondary battery. Full attack mode. Fire at will.
They're breaking. Push the line.
Reaching bingo fuel.
No toaster's gonna do me like that. Not today.
That got a little messy.
Order received to clean up and de-escalate. They never stood a chance.